Hey everybody, this is Dark Guardsman with your weekly Built Broken Gaming and Modding news update. This week and somewhat of a little bit of last week, nothing much has gone on. We really haven't been doing anything. I've been busy once again with freelancing projects. After all, I got to pay those bills. Um, but for modding news, Poopsicle, which is one of our guys we picked up a while back, he's been helping out with modular force field. He's been getting some bugs fixed. A few GUI patches have been made. Right-clicking with levers and modular force field machines no longer tries to place the item. The GUI will now open. The beam render has now been fixed. It should work. I haven't tested this stuff myself. I've been having some difficulties with thermal expansion. If you guys followed on Twitter, I got support added for that, but shortly after support was added, my entire workspace stopped working. I have yet to resolve the issue, so haven't been able to really get back to modding, even if I wanted to. Eventually, I'll get it fixed, but it may take a little bit of time. Other than this, really haven't been doing much of anything. Just posting on Twitter, testing games out. There is an alpha game I am working on developing here. It will be released in March. It's in partnership with my buddy Max Wolf. I've talked about this in the past. The alpha version was technically released a couple days ago. So you may see it pop up on Steam for greenlight. When that does, I'll be passing out links to everybody to go look at it and greenlight it. It's a Doom-esque style game. It's really, really good. It's a bit rough around the edges still. We got a lot of work to still do between now and March, but so far it's looking like a pretty good retro style game. You don't see many games like it out these days. I wish I could show stuff off, but until he gives approval, I'm not going to show anything off. As for the future of what we're doing, modular force field system is going to be getting a multi-block thing. I think I've mentioned this in some past videos, or that just could be my memory fluttering as I've redid this video 12 times now. Trying to get microphone settings to work is a nightmare in itself. I don't know how YouTubers do it. But we're going to be doing multi-blocks. This is a model right here. This thing real quick, let me highlight it just so you know which I'm talking about. So right here is, we're working on this. I got my asset developer Morton to make this. This will be what's going to be replacing the projector. This is called the force field generator. It's not textured right now, but each one of these little cylinders will be like a copper style coil that will have like an energizing effect around it when it's rotating and stuff. We'll also be having these little conduits right here, plasma flowing through it, so we'll still be keeping the Fortron plasma. We'll probably end up modifying its name and just calling it plasma over time, just for simplicity reasons. So you'll be pumping plasma to this. This will generate the force field. The bigger you make this, the more power your force field has, but don't fear the fact that you'll have to make a big force field generator. You can still make a 1x1 and it will function just fine. You'll just lose your power ratio. So the field won't generate as quickly, and when it's attacked will not update as quickly. So when it gets hit, it will kind of slowly come back to pace. So the bigger one of these you build, the more power can be sent to your force field. The more power sent to your force field, the faster it builds and the stronger it gets. It'll also decrease the likelihood that your generator collapses, because we're going to be implementing hooks into ICBM that every time a missile or explosive or gun or artillery shell or something hits your force field, it will actually cause a feedback effect into the field. So even if you have the most powerful field, a shell will hit that field, drain a little bit of energy, but when it drains the energy, that energy will spike back into the field and may cause damage. The bigger the force field you have, the less likely it is to happen. The smaller it is, the more likely it is to happen. When the feedback gets high enough to cause damage, it'll cause different effects in your force field. Like your force field may go down for a couple minutes, but it can get as bad as the force field actually physically breaks. And when that happens, your force field is not going to generate. So building a big one of these actually pays off. And of course, this will be tethered in with everything else, because this will not end up having a GUI. So the current projector has a GUI. The new version is you'll build this. This will be equivalent to your scaling modulars in some way. It'll kind of help with that. It won't really limit it, but it will improve its performance. Then you'll have a card slot system that will actually, where you put your filters in, the card slot system will link to a computer, which then will link back. This is what we're going to probably end up using for the computer, is this little thing here. This is what is supposed to be replacing the biometric identifier. It's roughly the same model, it's just been updated to a different format with a little bit more aesthetics. So we'll be using this most likely as a control computer, and you'll control all your settings in here. How big your force field is, where it is, everything like that. And of course, the same balancing mechanics will still work. So the farther you project your force field, the more energy cost it is. The bigger it is, the more energy cost. I may change this from a linear system to a logarithmic system. So the bigger your field, it'll exponentially increase in energy. You won't just get this linear flat rate increase. Of course, I'll be adding configs to help you server owners override this and possibly even make force fields free if you guys even want to. But that's entirely up to the mod packer server owner to figure that stuff out. Cool little thing is this little thing right here, which you're seeing. Even though this was a cylinder taken from one of the other things, we're going to end up using this as a test tube here later. The Mad Science mod is actually going to be updated, and one of the things we're going to do is we're going to put test tubes in here where you can put like limbs and parts and stuff, so you get that really Mad Science-esque visual to your base. It's not, you can't really see it now, but if you can envision like say a zombie head floating in there and like a green fluid with like a crystalline casing and like black caps on these, and it would look really cool. If you guys have played what's it called? It's from the Call of Duty franchise, the zombie mode. There's actually one of the maps has these in it, and that's where I've got the theme of. You ran around, you clicked them, it would play this really cool song. I don't remember the name of the map or game because my brain just failed on me, but that happens. Other than this, not much going on this week. A lot of us are just kind of testing games out and stuff and doing work to get money. After all, we got bills to pay for the company. I just dumped out about $100 today just to pay down some bills for keeping everything up. I had to pay GitHub bills, had to pay all the domains just came around for renewal. Even though I only have to do that once a year, the price is gradually going up. I originally only paid $5 for the domains I have. The .net domain, so BuiltBroken.net, just turned around and cost $30. It doesn't sound like much, but that means that they're upping the price on us, and that means our domain's becoming more valuable. So we could see over the next couple years that goes up to like $300 easily. So donations do help us out. After all, we're giving out all this stuff for free. We don't really ask for anything in return. But if you guys could spare something, it really goes a long way. We always take what we have left and try to reinvest it back into all the mods in the community. We're trying to get servers up online. We try to pay our artists and so they do more work for us, stuff like that. Beyond that, I'm actually going to try to be getting an unturned server up. I'm downloading it right now. I've been seeing videos of this game, and I'm actually like, hey, that's kind of cool. Even though the graphics are just not there whatsoever, they have the content, which I was surprised. I saw Apache choppers, I saw Chinooks, cargo trucks. They even breached doors with satchel charge, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's Armor 3 level stuff. I enjoy the Armor 3 game. Unfortunately, it's expensive, and the download size is like 30 gigabytes. So only like 2 of my friends will ever even play the game. And I have like some 30 or 40 buddies who actually want to play games all day long. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And actually, we'll show a little sneak peek of what I've been working on my freelancing project, so you guys actually know what I'm doing. It's the same thing I've been doing like last couple weeks. I've been pretty much working on this stuff. Really cool thing though, we switched over to JavaFX for this project, and now we get to use this little scene builder, and it's actually making my job easy when it comes to the layout design. I still got to do all the hard work of the back-end stuff, but back-end development has never been easy. But the front-end side just got so much easier. It's nice. But that's it for the news, and I'll see you guys later. I'll be uploading some more videos. I'll actually be uploading a video of this real quick here later today, so you guys can get a peek of that. This is a missile cruiser made by Grogger. It is so nice. It's from the game From the Depths. They did an update rather recently, and we went to go check it out. Of course, it broke a lot of our AIs, but we got some cool new behavior for our missiles and stuff. They're now radar guided, which is really cool. But I'll see you guys later.